Hello everyone and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today's replay is from Freeker and he is in the Tirpitz, the 8 premium German battleship. He is on the map Northern Lights in a 4-point domination game mode and it's a tier 8 battle, so he's top tier, which is pretty nice. There is no carrier, but the enemies have one more destroyer, which is an obvious advantage in a domination game mode. Now here in the beginning we can see on the right side there is a friendly destroyer and a Tirpitz going through point Delta. Now don't go to this point in a battleship in the beginning. It's generally not a point where you wanna be. I mean, there might be situations where it's okay to go there, but not at the beginning in a battleship. You just waste so much time sailing there and not doing anything. Those islands prevent you from helping anyone. Anyway, Freeker, meanwhile, is just charging into Point Alpha. He has quite a bit of support and a lot of enemies seem to be there as well. Now you can also note this piece of island before him, that's torpedo cover. So basically he has this piece of island between the smoke screen and him, so any torpedoes out of the smoke screen should not hit him. And here are the secondaries open up and we can see the beginning of what is a beautiful brawl. And the main reason why I'm showing you this replay, I just love battleship brawling, and there we go. There is a close quarters expert and first blood. Now, well, the friendly team at least gets the point Delta here for free, and well, the enemies seem to be getting Bravo. And while the friendly team has made progress in capturing Point Alpha, I don't think they will get it anytime soon. There are just too many enemies here. So meanwhile, Freeker is in his position here. This Mahan hasn't moved far enough to be threatening him with torpedoes, so as long as he stays behind this, it's quite safe. Now he can't get the most out of his guns because of this unfortunate island, but maybe he can trap somebody with torpedoes. This is also a point where being a Bismarck would be pretty nice for the Hydro, but you can't have everything. Now Graf Spee does have torpedoes as well, and it looks like the enemy is aggressively pushing in. Freeker is meanwhile reversing, getting a little bit more towards safety and giving him more room to maneuver. Now a few shots at the Amagi, who is nicely enough showing broadside. Unfortunately there were nothing spectacular, and interestingly enough the Graf Spee is turning around. The Spee as well didn't move far enough to be much of a torpedo threat. So yeah, next the Cleveland seems to be charging in, showing full broadside, which is always welcome. And again, only over penetrations. I'm not terribly surprised, but well, Citadels would have obviously been a lot better. Now Freeker does have some cover thanks to this island. We can see there are quite a few battleships still coming this way, but none of them have shots. So he's mostly under fire from whatever's sitting in the smoke, which is most likely a destroyer. And well, I mean, the Amagi is going down pretty soon. I guess sailing broadside on in front of a whole fleet didn't work out so well. And the Cleveland should be going down soon as well. Now Freeker is finally moving out of his position. He doesn't really have more targets left after the Cleveland, so he wants to reposition. And well, there is another close quarters. Oh, actually, the first time it wasn't even a close quarters expert. My bad. And yeah. So here are two battleships, so Freeker doesn't wanna show his broadside, which means he will have to turn away now. There is also a certain possibility that there are torpedoes coming from the smoke or from the Graf Spee behind, so it's a good idea here to turn away a little bit. And there goes another one. Now there are still quite a few friendly ships behind. Some of the friendlies are probably moving here towards Point Bravo, which seems okay. Friendly team seems to have this point somewhat under control by now, because the enemies are no longer in the cap circle. They are retreating. This Mahan was caught out too close and... well, hopefully he will go down soon. When you see a destroyer this close, you really want to focus the destroyer with your main guns, even in a battleship, because they aren't that hard to hit. And even 1 or 2 overpens can hurt them quite a lot. And, well, here we have a collision with a friendly Benson, who is nice enough to lay a smoke screen here, but Freeker can't slow down fast enough to stay inside that smoke screen, I think. Also, he probably wants to get a little bit closer towards the enemies, although there are probably some in secondary range. I'm not sure exactly what captain skills and modules he is using, but you can get the secondary range of a Tirpitz up to 10.6 kilometers if you focus on it. And the enemy's team seems to be going down quite nicely. And the friendly team now controls 3 capture zones. And, well, they control 2 technically, but A shouldn't take them too long to capture. They have a Benson in here, and I highly doubt anyone is interrupting that Benson from capturing. So only a few seconds left, and well, I guess maybe the Benson just leaves the cap zone. That works too. But at this point, it's not looking very good for the enemy team, especially since they like to show their broadside for whatever reason. Now this North Carolina should go down with the next salvo, or even sooner. The Bismarck isn't very healthy either. There is another Bismarck here which is showing broadside because, I don't know, maybe he just likes pain. And hey, there's Confederate. Now Freeker is launching torpedoes at this Bismarck. I highly doubt that the Bismarck will stay afloat long enough for these torpedoes to reach her, but nothing lost by launching a few torpedoes while you wait for your main guns to reload. And, well, the Bismarck didn't learn after the first salvo, so he is just, yeah, taking another massive hit. And there are only 3 enemies remaining. Now Freeker is slowing down. They still haven't captured Point Alpha, which I would have expected them to do like a minute ago. But it doesn't really matter at this point. And only a few seconds left. Freeker is desperately trying to stay inside the cap circle. And guess he managed, so why not an assisted in capture for some more juicy experience? This Bismarck should go down soon, and he is speeding up again. This leaves only 1 enemy remaining. So we just increased the speed here a little bit because, well, it's just a destroyer left. The friendly team is capturing the last capture point, and, well, now the friendly team controls the map. There are some torpedoes coming this way, but you know. And looks like they've found the last destroyer. The destroyer is running away towards the edge of the map. If you find yourself in a position like this, it might pay to stay around and fight. Because honestly, you aren't losing anything by sinking or getting destroyed. The amount of credits you pay to repair your ship is a fixed amount, no matter how much damage your ship took. So every shell that you land might be in your favor. And I guess Freeker was so busy chatting that he forgot that there might be torpedoes coming. But it doesn't matter, they win the game by points right now. Now let's take a look at the results. Freeker managed to get 2100 experience, and this was quite a fast game, but I wanted to show it to you anyway. I found it very fun to watch. And this is basically in my opinion, one of the beauties of World of Warships, right? Fast action-paced, close quarters brawling, battleship at the front line, secondaries flying everywhere, and well, I mean, it's purely subjective, but those are, I think, the best games. I guess aside from very close battles that get your adrenaline pumping, those are obviously pretty amazing as well. Anyway, Freeker earned himself Confederate, Close Quarters Expert, and First Blood. He scored 140,000 points of damage, and I hope you enjoyed this short little brawl, and I'll see you guys next time.